Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another game. This one in the Demolition League, the 2020 Imagine set. This is game number 4 of the season out of 270, the fourth of 5 open day games. And it's going to be the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Kansas City Royals from Arizona, from Chase Field. Looking at the ballpark effects from the roster sheet, singles are 1 to 15 left and 1 to 7 right. Home runs are 1 to 6 each way. Madison Bumgarner on the mound for the Diamondbacks and Brady Singer on the mound for the Royals. I tried to use the starting lineups that were most often used on the opening day, as close as I could get them. Of course, the DHs, we're not using DH, so that kind of cut into the lineup as well. So took the DH out and pretty much followed everything else the way they did it for this opening day game. Now, once we get into the starting on games 2 and whatnot, then that's when rest rolls come in, injuries come in, and all that stuff. So things are going to change as we go forward for sure. Got the game up on the Action PC computer so I can score it as we play it. Make sure before I switch over to that screen that everything looks copacetic on this screen. It appears to be. Let me see if I can raise this up just a hair and move it over just a hair. Let's see here. Bring this back here. Maybe we'll bring it over just a hair, so I don't want to cut off the dice tray. So I think that's probably about as good as I'm going to get it. All right, so now I'll transition on my side to the Action PC screen for manual entry. All right, so in the 2020 real world season, the Royals were 26 and 34, and the Diamondbacks were 25 and 35. So in theory, it should be a relatively even matchup. Of course, these teams did not play each other in that season because with the COVID and everything, all the travel was restricted to your own region, so they did not play each other. So we have Whit Merrifield leading off for the Royals. He is in right field against Madison Bumgarner. Underway, 1-3, and that is a ground ball first base C, so it'll be going to Christian Walker, and he will flip it to Bumgarner covering. And we got our first out of the inning and of the ball game. 3-1 on the score sheet. One away, and that brings up the catcher Salvador Perez. We get a 5-8, and that is a ground ball second base X for Arizona. Second baseman is Strat-O-Matic. He's a 2 with an E4, so very good defensively. Should make this play. 2 and a 5. Shouldn't be much of a problem. It is not, and that's a 12, and he is an E4. So definitely not a problem there. So Strat-O-Matic makes the play. 2 up and 2 down go Kansas City here in the top of the first. And that'll take us to Maikel Franco, third baseman. It's a 4-7, and that's a line out to third. So he lines it hard, but right to Escobar. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Bumgarner, as he retires the Royals with no issues. We go to the bottom of the first. Kansas City nothing. Arizona coming to bat. And Brady Singer, the pitcher for the Royals. And leading off for the Diamondbacks will be Strat-O-Matic, second baseman. We got a 1-6, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. Easy play for Nicky Lopez. And Arizona starts out with a ground ball to start the game. Offense is a little bit of a sheepish start right now, but it could pick up at any time. Here's Peralta. 6-5, and that's a fly to center. And that's hauled out there by Bubba Starling. So 2 down. And some of these players, like Bubba Starling, I don't know that much about. But here's a Starling I do know about, Strat-O-Matic. 5-3. It's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 3E43 as Brady Singer. 3E43 from the pitcher spot. 3 and a 3. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be a single. That's a 9, and he is an E43. There's a 9 right there, so it's going to be a single plus an error on Singer. So Marte will make it to second base on the single plus the error on the pitcher, Brady Singer. So not helping his cause out at all. And now we have clutch situation coming up for Eduardo Escobar, the switch hitting third baseman. In the clutch, he loses a hit on 1-2 and on 2-2 and on 2-9. So 3 anti-clutch spots. First Havoc roll of the game. Here's Escobar. Hit a 1-3, and that's a fly ball to right field, and that's going to be hauled in out there by Merrifield, and that will end the inning. So Singer pitches around his own error and gets out of the mess with no harm, no foul. After one inning to play, we've got no score here at Chase Field in Arizona. We go to the top of the second. Bumgarner back out, and he'll be facing Ryan McBroom, the first baseman. Hello, Dan. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. Ryan McBroom, 5-5, and that's an in-home run chance right there on Bumgarner's card, a straight in-home run chance. McBroom has normal power, so that's gone. Ryan McBroom, his first at bat of the Demolition League, and he takes Bumgarner deep. Home run, and the Royals lead it 1-0. He was all over that Bumgarner fastball, and he timed it perfectly. McBroom had 10 home runs and 222 at-bats in the real season. Here's Alberto Mondesi, the shortstop, switch hitter. He's batting right-handed, and that's a ballpark blast. He has normal power. It's 1-6, but that's a 9, so that'll just be a fly ball to left field. So Bumgarner again put one where he didn't want to put it, but fortunately for him, the ballpark held it. So one away for Franchy Cordero. Cordero, the left fielder. 5-6, and that's a fly ball to left field again. So once again, left fielder Peralta is there to make the play. 2 down. And that'll send up Bubba Starling, center fielder. 2-7, and that's a fly to center this time. So this time it'll be the center fielder Marte making the play. And the inning's over, but the home run off the bat of Ryan McBroom, of all people, gives the Royals a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Bumgarner not too happy about that, I'm sure. Brady Singer back out. He'll be facing Christian Walker, first baseman, followed by Cole Calhoun and Carson Kelly. It's a 6-4 against a right-hander. That's a catcher. Ek Perez is a 1-1. So I don't think anything's going to happen with that. 1 and a 4 for a catcher. 1 and a 4 is a W/G. There is nobody on base. There's no wild pitch, just a ground ball. That's a 10. And the only way it makes an error is on the 17. So that will be a 2-3 ground out as Perez pounces out from behind the plate and makes the play. 1 away, and here's Cole Calhoun, right fielder. 2-8 for Calhoun. He will strike out, and that's the first strikeout of the game for either team. And Calhoun is retired for the catcher, Carson Kelly. 6-11, that's a ballpark blast here, 1-6, but that's a 9. So once again, just a deep fly to left, and that's going to end it. So 3 up and 3 down go the Diamondbacks. We played 2 here at Chase Field, and it's still 1-0 Kansas City. And now that'll bring up Nicky Lopez for the Royals, followed by Singer, who's, and all pitchers, I believe, are using pitch hitting card number 1. I think they're all coded for that. So I just have pitch hitting card number 1 set to the side because that seems to be the rating for everybody. 6-9, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Ahmed. He's a 1E20. We know he's going to get to it with a 1. We're just checking the E20. And that is an 11. E20 and an 11 for a shortstop. Nope, no error there. So Good play for Nick Ahmed as he takes care of Nicky Lopez. One down for Brady Singer, and of course he's obviously using pitch reading card number 1 is Mr. Singer. It's a 2-9, and he's going to ground it to first, where Christian Walker will take it to the bag himself. 2 down, and back to the top of the order for Whit Merrifield. Merrifield, his first time up. Grounded right to first base to Walker, who flipped to Bumgarner for the out. 2-5 this time around is a solid single for Merrifield. So he reaches on a 2-out single. And now we'll see if he's going to try to obtain a lead for a steal. Bumgarner's hold rating is a +4, and Kelly's a 0, so he's a net +4. So if he can get the lead, he's going to definitely be in good shape. He needs a 2 through 5 or a 12 to get the good lead. And he does not get it, so he'll hold. And that'll bring up Salvador Perez. 2-9 against the lefty, struck him out. First strikeout for Bumgarner, and that's going to end the inning. Go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. And I know I'm kind of streaming at an odd time. I don't expect a lot of people to show up because it's an odd time. But for those that are here, appreciate your viewing. Hopefully you find some entertainment out of this. Here is Nick Ahmed, shortstop. 6-8, and that's a solid single for Nick Ahmed, and that will allow Bumgarner to bunt. Because even Bumgarner, as traditional as he is for being a good hitter over the years, they still rate him as a 1-rated batter on the batting card 1. So, but he is an A bunter, so that's the one thing they can hang their hat on is he is an A bunter. So we roll of havoc, nothing happening. Now we're going to do the bunt. Where the bunt goes, it's a 4. So on a 4, and the corners are in, so obviously, so he's a B bunter. But on a 4, it goes to the first baseman. So this is going to go to McBroom, and now we're in this B column, and he basically needs a 9 or less to have a good bunt. 11, that's trouble. That's 1 and 2. So 1 ball and 2 strike count on Bumgarner, and we'll reset everything. That's a 2. This is a possible balk or pass ball. We're looking at a possible balk on Singer, and his balk rating is a 7. And he does not balk, so we keep it going. The bunt is going to go once again towards the first baseman, McBroom. And once again, we're right here, but to get another 1 and 2 with the strikeout. That's a 6, so that's defense. And that means the defense has an opportunity to throw for the lead runner. But Ahmed runs very well, so I think they're just going to go ahead and take the shore out. They'll do it 3 unassisted as they just tag Bumgarner up the line. So 3 unassisted on the sacrifice. And Ahmed is now at second base with 1 out for Ketel Marte. Hello, Utah Mike. How are you doing, sir? So runner at second, 1 out. 6-9, switch hitter batting left, and that's an in home run chance, 1-8, but that's a 20, so just a fly to right, and that's 2 away. 2 down for David Peralta. Peralta in the clutch on this clutch at bat. Will gain a hit on 1-7 and also gains a hit on 2-7. So it gains a couple of hits in the clutch. 1-8, though, is going to be a base on balls. That'll keep the inning going for Starling Marte. Again, a clutch situation for Marte, and in the clutch, he loses a hit on 3-12. Everywhere else, he is neutral. 3-7, and that's a single to right field. Let's see if the run's going to score. Ahmed not being held is a 16. 2 outs makes him an 18. Right fielder Merrifield's a -2, makes him a 1-16. And they will try to score him. And Kansas City with 2 outs will throw through, which means that the runners take the extra base on the throw to second and third. But they feel compelled to throw through. Look at it again. It's going to be a 1-16. He's a 15. Not being held is a 16. 2 outs makes him an 18, but the -2 there makes it a 16. So Merrifield with the throw, and he's in there. So we got a tie ball game at 1 apiece. And Starling Marte gets the RBI single, and the other runners advance a base to keep the pressure on. And now with 2 outs, again, another clutch situation coming up. This one for Eduardo Escobar. 2, chance for Balker, pass ball. Looking at a pass ball chance on Perez, his pass ball rating is 0, so no pass ball. 1-6, and that's a fly to center to end the inning. But the Diamondbacks tie it up. RBI single from Starling Marte has tied the ball game. We go the 4th, tied at 1. Mike, I haven't played it with this. This is only the 4th game I've played with this set, so I haven't had it enough to make an opinion one way or the other. I kind of wish Strat had rated the pitcher bunting on their reputation more than what they did in 2020, because obviously Bumgarner's better than a 1-rated, 1 hitter. He's traditionally a good hitter. So I would like to have seen them maybe had some variety there, but it's imagined. So, everything's kind of fictional at this point. Real players, but fictional season. So maybe once I get, 30 or 40 games into it, I'll have a better feel for this set. Kind of feeling my way through the set right now. So this is kind of my middle ground between the 1987 American League, where everything's structured, and my History Maker Baseball America fictional set, where everything is fictional. This is kind of the in-between sandwich. So here's Franco. 3-3, and that's a ground ball first base C again. So it's gone to Christian Walker, and he flips to Bumgarner covering. And that is 1 away. And, of course, I am scoring, Mike, in case you didn't know, I'm scoring the games on the Action PC computer on the manual entry. So that's how I'm keeping my stats. Here's McBroom. He homered his first time up. So 1-5, and 1-6 would have been another home run. 1-6 is a single, though. You'll take that. 1-out single by McBroom. And that'll bring up Alberto Mondesi, switch hitting shortstop. McBroom will not be held. That's a 5-6, and that's a strikeout for Bumgarner, his second of the ball game. And actually, I'm surprised there's not more strikeouts in this thing. Here's Franchi Cordero, left fielder. 5-7, and that's another strikeout for Bumgarner, his third, and that ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Score still remains 1-1. Singer back out will face Walker, Calhoun, and Kelly for the D-backs. Christian Walker hit a number 2 in front of the plate that Perez threw him out on in the first at bat. 2-8, and that's going to be a solid single for Christian Walker. Leadoff single. And he's no threat to steal or anything. Here's Cole Calhoun. Get a 6-3 left-handed. Fly ball left field X. That is Cordero. He's a 3, but he's an E25. Yes, that is not a typo. He is an E25, a 3 with a -1 arm and an E25. So I don't know if I've experienced an outfielder with that high of a rating before. It's the highest you can have, it's E25. So in order to avoid an error, he's really going to have to do some dodging here. But first, we'll check the range. He is a 3. 3 and a 1. That's even worse. That's a double to clear the bases. So it's a base clearing double where Walker will score automatically on the double. And now we're seeing if there's an error because that could score him from second base. That is an 8, and he's an E25. Miraculously, there is no 8 here. So there is no error, but it will be a double because of that 1 on the devil die. And the Diamondbacks take the lead 2-1. RBI double from Cole Calhoun. Still nobody out, and here's Carson Kelly. Oh, I've got the 2019 set. I could always use that if I wanted to, but I'm just going to follow along with what they have here. Here's Carson Kelly. 4-5. Round ball shortstop X. We are looking at Mondesi. He's a 1E12. 1 and a 13 means the runner has to stay at second base because a 1 and 13 is a G1. That's a 10, and he is an E12. And there's no 10 there, so it's just a ground ball to short with Calhoun holding at second base. 1 down, and that will take us to Nick Ahmed. Bumgarner on deck. That's a 3-7, and that's a ground ball shortstop B. So once again, runner had to hold. And after this opening day game, or once I get everybody to play one game, I may switch off and go back and look at some of these older cards and pull out their their pitcher hitting card ratings and start implementing some of those perhaps. So that way the National League teams will get a little bit better, a slight boost. And maybe even some American League teams that the pitchers could hit pretty decent. All right, here's Bumgarner. Remember, he bats right-handed despite pitching left-handed. And it's Brady Singer. 3-9, and that's a ground ball to third, and that will end the inning. But the D-backs take the lead, and we go to the fifth with the score 2-1 Arizona. Bumgarner out, and he as well as Singer were given 5 for their fatigue rating, so we'll keep an eye on that. Bubba Starling steps up. Hello, Mr. Dave 09, GLA. Good to see you. Four, 6, and that's going to be a solid double off of Madison Bumgarner right there. 4-6, solid double for Bubba Starling. Have to keep things straight. We got a Bubba Starling, we got a Starling Marte, and we got a Ketel Marte. So there's lots of interchangeable names there. But a solid double for Bubba Starling to start the inning. Here comes Nicky Lopez. Lefty on lefty matchup. 3-12, and that's look at that, low max to first base. I thought the Royals had something going, but that's a low max to first base. So he lines it right to Christian Walker. Walker will fire to Ahmed at short to double off the runner. We get a 3-3-6 double play line out. Amazing. So the line out goes to Walker, and Walker, the 3-6 double play. And that will end the inning. I'm sorry, no, it's 2 outs and the base is empty. My bad. So Singer will bat since there's 2 outs and the base is empty. There's no use pinch hitting. And he's got some fatigue. It's still kind of early to pinch hit. That's a 2-8, and he will strike out to end the inning. Strikeout number 4. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. The final game, game number 5, final opening day game, will be in Dodger Stadium. It'll be the Texas Rangers taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think it's going to be Eovaldi. I'm trying to remember who was on the team in 2020 for Texas. I'm thinking Eovaldi is a recent guy, so I got to go back to my Texas lineups here and figure out who it's supposed to be. I know that Dustin May is going to start the game for the Dodgers, the big redhead carrot top type guy, because he started in the opening day in Real World in 2020. But who is it that's going to start? I think it's Lance Lynn. I think he got the start in Real World, so I think it's going to be Lance Lynn and Dustin May in that game. So that's what I'm going to go for. Like I said, opening day, I'm going to use the exact lineups as close as possible. Then after that, it's all bets are off. All right, so here is let's see here. Oh, I didn't put the strikeout for what is this thing doing here? Wait a minute. Get to my undo button here because something didn't go right. Delete last play. All right. All right, something didn't work right on this manual entry. It didn't take the double play line out because it's still showing that there was only one out when Singer came to bat. So I got to figure out how to work around this to get Bubba Starling off the bases. To get him doubled off. Maybe I can do it with the strikeout. Yeah, I can do it that way. Let's see. Out at second. First base to shortstop. But let me do it that way. Still not taking him off the bases. I don't know why it's not taking him off the bases. This might be a glitch here that I might have to report. Let's try it again. Strike out. Runner on second is out at second. 3-6. Go. Now I got him off of there. Okay, so it took it. Thank goodness. Actually, I had to score it as a strikeout double play, but either way, but I did do the double play 3-6. So he finally took it. It was a slightly little snafu. Maybe didn't like the syntax I was using. I don't know. But that is taken care of now. And now we go to the bottom of the fifth. And be the top of the order, Ketel Marte stepping to the plate. 1-5, and that's a ground ball to second. Easy play for Nicky Lopez, and a much easier play to input on the direct entry. That'll bring up Peralta. 2-6 for Peralta, and that's a ground ball to second. 2 down. For those that like History Maker Baseball, I will be recording a game tonight, the show tomorrow. It'll be the opening of a 2-game series between the Ticonderoga Stooges and the Havana Bananas. And that'll be from Havana, Cuba. Here's Starling Marte. 3-5, and that's going to be a solid double for Marte. He is 3 for 3 is Marte. So he's certainly having a nice opening day for him as he doubles. And now it is a clutch situation for Escobar. Loses a hit on 2-9 and 2-2 and 1-2 in the clutch. 6-5, switch hitter batting left as a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Singer and Bumgarner both keep their fatigue so they can pitch the next inning. But I will cap them both at 6 innings since it's opening day to try to be realistic, because opening day pitchers aren't stretched out, so they would not normally go very long. So I think going 6 innings is being generous. Probably should cap him at 5, but I'll go 6. Here's Merrifield. It's a 2-7, and that's a fly to center. Bumgarner's pitching pretty well in his opening day task here at Chase Field. And here's Salvador Perez. He's 0 for 2. 4-7, and that's 4-6 and 4-8 would have been good, but he found 4-7, a line out right to the third baseman Escobar. So he smacked it hard, but not hard, not in the right direction. It was a right at him ball. 2 down for Michael Franco. He's also 0 for 2. 6-7, that's a 1-2 triple, but that's a 16. So he flies to center, and that'll be it for Madison Bumgarner. He's going to go 6 innings and leave with a 2-1 lead. So he can win it, can't lose it. Bumgarner, 6 innings for him. He's given up 4 hits and a run, which was earned. The only run he gave up was the home run to McBroom. He did not walk anyone, and he struck out 4. So very, very solid outing for Madison Bumgarner, no question about it. And this will be the final inning for Brady Singer as well. And he'll be facing Walker, Calhoun, and Kelly. That's a 2-12 for Walker. It's a low max to short, but nobody's on base, so it's just a line out to short. Only cost him 1 out. 1 down for Cole Calhoun. 4-12, and that's a base on balls. So walk to Calhoun. He's not much of a threat to steal, so he will not be held. Here's Carson Kelly. 6-3, and that's a fly ball left field X. We're looking at Cordero. Again, he's at E25, and that's where you run into trouble. But a 3 and a 4 is going to drop, plus the E25 on top of it. 3 and a 4 is a single 2 stars, so that will move the runner to third, but the potential error could certainly score him across the plate. E25, and that is a 10. But there is no 10. Amazingly, second time we've gone to him, he rolled an 8 the first time, a 10 this time, and no error. Don't know how he managed to avoid it, but he did. And now runners at the corners with 1 out for Nick Ahmed. And the infield is going to come in. They just can't afford to give up another run right now. They have to try to choke that run off if at all possible. Bumgarner would normally be on deck, but he's going to be pinch hit for, so we'll look at the pinch hitting possibilities coming up. But right now, infield is in against Ahmed. It's a 5-6, and that's a strikeout, a big one too, for Brady Singer. And that is only his second strikeout of the game. And now with runners at the corners, runners are at the corners. And now we are looking at a pinch hitter. Something's not right on my screen here, so let me see what happened here. Let's go back, delete the last play. Kelly did not strike out. Kelly singled. I didn't give him the single he's supposed to have had. So he singles. All right, that puts runners on the corners. Then Ahmed strikes out. And now we're looking at a pinch hitter for Madison Bumgarner, and the available pinch hitters are all, well, most of them from the left side. You got John Jay, Dalton Varsho, Josh Rojas, and Stephen Vogt from the left side. LeCastro from the right side. So we're kind of leaning now towards John. None of these guys are very good. Unfortunately, their averages they were given were all terrible. We'll go with John Jay just for the heck of it. So John Jay will pinch hit here in the 6th for Mr. Bumgarner. So we'll bring in John Jay on the Action PC computer as a pinch hitter. See what he can do in the clutch, no less. Runs on the corners, 2 outs for John Jay. In the clutch, he loses hits on 3-3, 3-8, 3-10. So he's loaded column 3, but 3 of those hits are going to go away due to anti-clutch. 5-7, but he comes through off the pitcher card. 1-7 is a double. That's a single, 2 stars. Pinch hit single for John Jay. And that's going to do it for Singer. He is now done. Kelly will go to 3rd. So big pinch hit single for John Jay. And that extends the lead to 3-1, and that will do it for Brady Singer. Singer will leave, and we'll go to the bullpen for the Royals. Coming up for the Diamondbacks, we switch hitter and lefty. Switch hitter then a lefty, so let's see how they want to play it. They have only 1 lefty in their bullpen. They're the only team that does not have 2 left-handed relievers. The only lefty they have on the roster is Gabe Spire. They got right-handers Ian Kennedy, Trevor Rosenthal, Greg Holland, Kyle Zimmer, Josh Stommett, I guess is how it's pronounced, Tyler Zuber, and Scott Barlow. All those guys are possible relief people. So they're going to go with Scott Barlow. So Scott Barlow's, and I don't know much about Scott Barlow at all, but he is going to come on and pitch. He's a +7 hold, I can tell that much. But his job is just get out of the inning, basically. So Barlow will be facing Ketel Marte. So I need to go in and bring in Barlow on the computer. Scott Barlow. Barlow was on to face Marte in a clutch situation. Runs on the corners and 2 outs. 4-6, and he struck him out. So Barlow gets out of the mess. Keeps his team in the game. It's a 3-1 ball game after 6. And now the Diamondbacks will need a new pitcher. So we go to the Diamondbacks bullpen and look and see who they have available. We have righty, switch, and lefty coming up. They have 2 lefties in the bullpen, I do believe. They have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. Where's the other card? I'm missing a card here. Somebody. They should have 2 lefties in the bullpen. I thought they did, but maybe they don't. Let me check the bullpen real quick. They got, Chafin, and they got Alex Young. So it's Chafin and Young are the ones that they have. For some reason, I can't find my Chafin card. I don't know what happened to that. It should be here, but I don't have it. I should. May have been that he was on a different team or something. So I have to go pull him from somebody. I thought I had already done that, but for whatever reason, it's not there. So Chafin is on the roster, but he's not available for this game. So we have the only lefty they have is Alex Young. They do have right-handers Stephon Crichton, Junior Guerra, Kevin Ginkel, Hector Rondon, Archie Bradley, and Yohan Lopez. So the question is, who do they want to go to? They are going to go to They'll go to Junior Guerra, a right-hander, out of the pen. So I need to make a note to make sure I get Andrew Chafin on the roster. So Guerra, he's a -1, and Kelly's a 0, so -1. All right, so Junior Guerra is on, and he'll be facing. Junior Guerra will be facing McBroom, Mondesi, and Cordero. We are in the 7th inning, so pinch hitting is allowed if we want to go that route. So let's bring in from the Arizona bullpen, Mr. Junior Guerra. And he's just going to bat in the pitcher slot, no problem. AC McBroom, 5'9", and that is a strikeout for Junior Guerra. Struck him out. On away, and that brings up Alberto Mondesi. 4-5, switch hitter. Ground ball shortstop X. We are looking at Ahmed. He's a 1, so we know he's going to get to it. We're checking the E20. E20. And that is the 10. Shouldn't be any problem on the E20 with the 10. And it is not. So Ahmed will make the play very easily. 2 up and 2 down for Junior Guerra. And most of these pitchers are rated for 1 inning only, so that's the way I'm going to use them. Here's Cordero. 6-6, and that's a base on balls. So Cordero draws the base on balls. So a 2-out walk issued to Cordero, and that'll send up Bubba Starling. Starling doubled his last time up, but was doubled off on a Lomax. .53, and that's a ground ball pitcher X. Junior Guerra is a 5.51. About as worse as you can get there. 5 and a 12 for a pitcher. This ought to be interesting. 5.51. 5 and a 12 is a G3, so he'll get to it. The question is, does he make the error? That's a 14. He's an E51, and there's a 14 right there. 51 is the highest error you can have, and 14's right there. So he'll boot it, and that'll keep the inning going. Error on Guerra. Almost a rhyme there, but not quite. So E1 keeps the inning going for Nicky Lopez. And a pinch hitter on deck for Barlow if it gets that far. 4-7, and that's another walk by Guerra. And now the bases are loaded, and we'll get a pinch hitter for Barlow. He's going to go a third of an inning, strike out the only batter he faced. I got to do the numbers for Singer as well. 5 2/3. And looks like 8 hits and 3 runs. And let's see how many. He walked 1. Looks like he walked 2. And struck out 1, 2. Looks like he struck out 2 as well. All right, so pinch hitting time. So the Royals will go to their bench. And they got lefties, of course. They got Alex Gordon, a lefty. They got Ryan O'Hearn, a lefty. They got some righties. They got Jorge Soler, Hunter Dozier, and Cam Gallagher, the backup catcher. But with the righty on the mound, you would think they go to a lefty. And the best one they have is Alex Gordon, so that's where they're going. Although his average on this 2020 Imagine set's only 227, but it's the best one they have on the bench that's left-handed. And you're going to go left-handed because that's just the way you play the percentages, particularly not knowing what's going on with these averages. All right, so Lopez, after drawing the walk to load the bases, all right, wait a minute. Why is this computer giving me trouble here? Lopez will walk to load the bases. All right, now the pinch hitter will be Alex Gordon. Now, Guerra has faced his 3 batters. Not that I'm using that as a rule anyway, but if we wanted to go to a lefty, the only lefty they have is Alex Young. So this would be the perfect spot to use Chafin if I had him, but I don't have him. So we'll try to stick with Guerra and see if he can get through the inning and get out of the mess. That's a 3-6 against the right-hander, and he grounds it to third to end the inning. So he does get out of the mess. How about that? So ground ball to third gets him out of the inning. And that's going to do it. So nothing there for the Royals. They come up empty-handed. That's going to be it for Guerra. He's going to go 1 inning. He's going to walk 2, strike out 1, give up no hits and no runs, obviously. So Barlow, who was pinch hit for, he will have to leave, and the Royals will go to their bullpen once again, which they have a lot of pitchers for. So coming up is going to be lefty-righty switch. They only have 1 lefty as well. That's Gabe Spire. So it looks like they're going to go to who do you go to here? That's the question. They're going to go to Josh Staumet, right-hander. Don't know anything about him either. 0 hold, so he's a -3. So Josh Staumet will be on. Bring him in on the Action PC computer. And he'll be facing Peralta, Marte, and Escobar. Peralta is 0 for 2 with a walk. 1-4, and that's a 1-7 home run. That's an 8. It'll be a double. A leadoff double off the top of the wall by Peralta. Just missed the home run, but he cruises into second base with a leadoff double. And that'll take us to Starling Marte, who is 3 for 3 in this game. Of course, that was all off of Brady Singer. 3-5, and this time 3-5, he's going to double. Look at that. He's 4 for 4 now. 3-5 is a double to right field. So back-to-back doubles. And Marte is 4 for 4, 2 doubles and 2 singles. And now a run batted in. How about that? Actually, 2 runs batted in because he knocked in Ahmed down here. So Peralta getting it done. And it's now 4-1 Arizona. I should say Marte getting it done. So here's Escobar. That's a 2, chance for a balk or pass ball. There is no pass ball on Perez. Escobar, 3-10, and that's a ground ball to third base A, so they'll freeze the runner at second on that ground out to third. And that'll send up Christian Walker. Two-7 for Walker. That's a fly to center, 2 down. Two down for Cole Calhoun. Clutch situation for Calhoun. And he loses the hit on 1-12. That's it. Two 9. He's going to fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. But another run for the Diamondbacks, and they take a 4-1 lead over the Royals. And Arizona will need a new pitcher for the 8th inning. Let's see who they turn to. Coming up for the Royals is the top of the order, Merrifield, Perez, and Franco, all righties. So obviously they will go to righty out of the bullpen. And they're going to go to Kevin Ginkel will get the call. And he's a +9 hole, makes that a +5. So Kevin Ginkel will get the call. The guy listed as their closer by the stats that they gave out is Archie Bradley. They have him with 23 saves, so I'll use Archie Bradley as the closer. But right now I'm trying to use Ginkel to get to Bradley. And he'll be facing Merrifield, Perez, and Franco. So it is Kevin Ginkel. And Ginkel, they will not do a double switch. They will just let him. He's only going to pitch this one inning, so they pinch hit for him anyway. No sense in doing a double switch. Here's Whit Merrifield, 5'8", and that's a base on balls issued by Ginkel. Not what he wanted. Not when you're up 4-1. You don't want to give up free passes. So aboard is Merrifield, and he could steal. It's almost like stealing candy from a baby because that +5 is going to make it pretty much automatic. He's 2 through 5 or a 12, and he gets the 4. He's going to go. It's an 18, being held as a 16, but then the +5 makes it a 21. So basically anything other than a 20, he'll make it. And they'll go ahead and throw through anyway. What the heck? And that's a 3. Possible throwing error on Kelly is a T7, and no throwing error. So Whitfield will steal it. And you might be wondering, why are you stealing down 4-1? Well, one thing, it takes the double play out of the equation, at least the ground out kind. You might get the Lomax, but it takes the ground out double play out of the equation. And it makes it easier to score a run. If you can knock it to 4-2, it gives you a better chance in the 9th. Here's Perez. 3-9 for Perez. He struck out. Salvador Perez out on strikes. Here's Michael Franco. Franco, the batter. He is 0 for 3. 3-5 and make it 0 for 4 as he flies to left. And that'll bring up McBroom. He's accounted for the only run of the game with his home run. In fact, it gave the Royals a 1-0 lead at the time, but it was short-lived. McBroom, 210, and that's going to be a ballpark single check for a right-hander, 1-7. That's an 8, so he will not get that hit. It'll be a fly to right, and that will end the inning. And that'll be it for Ginkel. Ginkel will go his 1 inning. A walk and a strikeout, nothing else. He is done. And now the Royals will need a new pitcher to come in and pitch as well. So we go to their bullpen. And let's see who they might want to go to. They're going to go to Ian Kennedy out of the bullpen. He's been given an awful ERA of 6.69, but that's when you're down 4-1, that's when you use your 6.69 ERA guys. You don't use your good ERA guys unless you're ahead or it's really close. So Kennedy's a +4, -3 is a +1. Stommett went an inning, gave up 2 hits and a run, nothing else. So it will be Kelly Ahmed and a pinch hitter for Arizona as Ian Kennedy has been brought in. To face Carson Kelly. 5'11", and that's a ground ball first base X. McBroom is a 4E19. 4-11. Let's check that out. 4-11 is a G3, and that is a 16. And he's an E19. That could be trouble. And it is. That's an error on McBroom. He will boot it. E3. And that is the second error on Kansas City. And that puts Carson Kelly at first base for Nick Ahmed. 1-6, and that is a ground ball pitcher B, so it's a fielder's choice. We go 1-4 on the fielder's choice. Can't turn the double play. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Kinkle. And let's see who they're going to go with. Of course, be a left-hander, you would imagine. So they are going to go to, let's see here, they used John Jay the first time. Looks like they're going to go with Dalton Varsho this time. Dalton Varsho will pinch hit here in the 8th. And Archie Bradley loosening in the bullpen to come in the 9th to try to save it, assuming it's still a save situation. So Varsho comes in. Kennedy for 11, and that is a split chance. 1-9 is a single. That's a 6. That'd be a single 1-star. Pinch hit single for Varsho. Puts runners at first and second. 1 out for Ketel Marte. Nothing on the habit. 5-7, switch hitter batting left. That's a ground ball second base X. Possible double play. Lopez is a 1E6. Nobody's being held on, so he keeps the 1. 1-12 looks like it might be a double play chance. 1-12 is a G1. And it's E6, and that's an 11. And so that will be a tailor-made, a Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play. 463. You're in the Lemoyne, Pennsylvania area, be sure to check out Giovanni's Tailor Shop, a proud sponsor of the Demolition League and of everything here. All right, so Ian Kennedy finishes his outing. He goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, nothing else, no walks, no strikeouts, pitches around his own error, or around the error of McBroom, rather. And now we go to the 9th. It'll be Archie Bradley coming on for the D-backs to try to close it out. He is listed per the stats that they gave in the Imagine set. They gave him 23 saves, so I'm playing it as if he's the closer. So Archie Bradley it is. -1 hold. But down 4-1, I don't think Kansas City's going to be doing a lot of running anyway. It'll be Mondesi, Cordero, and Starling up for the Royals. Don't know if they have pinch hit for anybody yet. I think they're going to wait and see what happens. So let's bring in, well, first of all, I need to do the double play, don't I? Didn't put that in the computer yet. Now we have that, and now it's time to bring on Archie Bradley to go for the save. And here's Mondesi. Whoa, we got a hop and dice. We're going to re-roll that. That's a 5-6, switch hitter batting left. That's a ground ball to second. That's an easy play there for Marte, 1 away. And that'll take it over to Franchi Cordero. Do we pinch hit for Cordero? He's a 226 hitter. Let's see who they got on the bench that's any good. If they have anybody on the bench that's any good. They've already used Gordon. O'Hearn's not much better. So Layer's 244, but he's right-handed. But I think we're going to go ahead and go with Soler to pinch hit here. So Jorge Soler will pinch hit for Cordero. Just try to give a spark to the team here. Jorge Soler will do the pinch hitting. And we'll see what he can do here against Archie Bradley. Oh, Tabby's doing fine. She's downstairs resting. She's doing very, very fine. 4-11, and that is a ground ball to first. Easy play for Christian Walker. And now we're down to our final out, which is Bubba Starling. Do they pinch hit for Starling? Might as well. He's a 213 hitter. So they're going to bring in Ryan O'Hearn, a lefty, to pinch hit for Starling. So O'Hearn will be the pinch hitter. Last hurrah here for the Royals is Ryan O'Hearn. See what he can do as a lefty against Archie Bradley. 3-10 for O'Hearn, and that's a split chance. 1-5 is a single. That's a 2. So Ryan O'Hearn extends the game with a pinch hit single. That'll bring up Nicky Lopez. And if Lopez gets on, then the tie and run will make it to the plate. It'll be a pinch hitter for the pitcher Kennedy. So Lopez stepping to the plate. 2-7, and that's a strikeout to end the ball game. So Archie Bradley ends it in style, getting the strikeout. Pitched 1 inning, gave up a hit, nothing else with the strikeout. And that is your ball game. Diamondbacks win it by the score of 4-1. Four runs, 11 hits, and an error for the Diamondbacks. 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors for the Royals. Look at our pitching line. Winning pitcher is Bumgarner. He's 1-0. Loser is Singer. He is 0-1. And the 11 and 12 errors, those were the 6-11, 6-12 injury chances, but they never came up. Let's see. Left on base, does it give me that? Let's see what the box score gives for that. All the pitchers are all complete. Let's go back to the box score. Get the left on bases. Left on base, Kansas City left on 7, Arizona left on 9. The game is giving Starling Marte the MVP, and that makes sense. He was 4 for 4, 2 doubles and 2 singles. So Starling Marte is your player of the game for the Diamondbacks. Starling Marte. He would later get traded to Miami, but he starts the season in Arizona in 2020. So Starling Marte, as you can see there, 2 singles, 2 doubles. And Arizona defeats Kansas City by the score of 4-1. And the final game, game number 5, will be Los Angeles Dodgers and the Texas Rangers from Dodger Stadium. I will use pitcher hitting card 1 for both of those pitchers. And then starting with the second games of all these series, I'm going to look at the 2019 pitcher hitting card, or pitchers, and rate how they were rated to bat. And I'm going to start adjusting that. I think it's a great suggestion there, Mr. Utah Mike. So I'm going to do that. But I want to have everybody be the same plane. Since we've already played the other 3 this way, the other 4 this way, I'm going to go ahead and play the 5th game that way as well. That way everybody's fresh in the second game of their series. They'll be using their own, pitcher hitting cards that more reflect what they did in their careers, not just that, putrid season of 2020 with the COVID season. So, all right, so there you go. That's going to do it from here. And we're all in the books here on Action PC computer. It's all set and done. Let's see here. Oops, get over here. So, see if this will show up or not. I hope it does. There is my box score from Action PC. I just took a just took a picture of it with my phone. A little bit blurry there, I think. But it is a 4-1 game, Arizona over Kansas City, and it was put into Action PC. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all enjoyed that presentation of Strat-O-Matic Baseball with the Imagine set. And Tomorrow, I'll have a recorded game, most likely, of History Maker Baseball with the Ticonderoga Stooges. And then Monday morning, we're back to the 1987 American League replay in Strat-O-Matic. It'll be the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox from Baltimore. Ron Jucket's favorite pitcher, Bob Stanley, will be on the mound for the Red Sox. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.